The most amazing thing about this Sculptra journey is this patient discovered one of my videos on Sculptra, which is how she found me, and her main concern was that she felt as though she aged overnight. A lot of times people think that they're not the type of person to get these kinds of things done. They never saw themselves as someone who would be worried or concerned with how they look. But sometimes what happens for some people is they wake up one day and look at themselves in the mirror and realize, oh my gosh, I look tired. I look older. And that's what happened with this patient. What really appealed to her about getting Sculptra is that you're stimulating your skin to produce its own collagen. I do virtual consults, and I can tell you, a lot of people are put off at the thought of getting fillers. Even though fillers have their place, I always tell people they're more sold on the idea of stimulating their own collagen because they feel as though it works in a more natural way. The most amazing thing about this Sculptra journey was that this patient never had anything done before. She was a complete virgin. No Botox, no fillers, no lasers, and she was in her 60s. So with each year, we lose around 1% of collagen, which equates to around 40% of a reduction in collagen for her. The areas of collagen loss most noticeable on her are to her midface. Her cheeks have lost volume, which then leads to tissue descent, and she's lost bone, which you can see by the sagging and loss of definition around her jawline. When we lose bone, the skin doesn't have as much for it to anchor itself to. Think of the face as a puzzle. When we're young, everything is connected more closely and the skin tissues more tightly bound to each other. And as we age, the skin tissues start to separate. These are her results from just 2 vials of Sculptra only 6 weeks later. 6 weeks are not even when most of the results are usually present. It's usually 12 weeks or 3 months. We treated her temples, preauricular area, submalar cheeks, and a little to her marionette lines. Can you see that her tissue is more interconnected and there's less separation? Also in this timeline, you can see that her face regained more of that 3-dimensional appearance that a youthful face has that we spoke about in other videos. Her midface and cheeks look less drawn in and deflated. Comment below if you see it. So in her case, the reason why I had her return at 6 weeks instead of 12 weeks, which is when most of her results would be seen, is because I knew she was going to need more than 2 vials. We estimated that she lost around 40% of her collagen, so we've since treated her with another 2 vials. Everyone's results will vary, and I've had some patients who've had some amazing results, but she had one of the most incredible results I've ever seen for just 6 weeks. And this brings us to a very interesting question. Does Sculptra work better in people of Sub-Saharan African ancestry and East Asian ancestry? The reasoning behind this theory lies in the fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells that make collagen. African skin has been found to have more numerous, larger, and more nucleated fibroblasts. The larger, more numerous multinucleated fibroblasts account for more preserved skin elasticity in these skin types, but it's also why there's a greater prevalence of hypertrophic scarring and keloid formation in people of African and East Asian ancestries. So, if the fibroblasts are more numerous, larger, and more nucleated, which account for the preserved skin elasticity in these ancestries, they could do a better job in synthesizing more collagen, which in theory could be why Sculptra may work better in these ancestries. After looking at her before and after results at just 6 weeks with only 2 vials, she was so happy that she's since gone on to do another 2 vials, and she'll probably continue to do more after that. And here are results from her 3rd vial of Sculptra. You can see that there's a little bit more of an improvement in making the tissue more connected, and that's what Sculptra is going to do. It's going to help blend the tissue together. You can see in her mid cheeks here is where she has most of the noticeable improvement, and we're awaiting her results from her 4th vial. Now, she did do a bit of Botox to her forehead and glabella from the 2nd to her 3rd vial, which is what gave her a little bit more of a smoother appearance to her forehead, but Sculptra did an amazing job in the start of her beauty journey. We have more work to do to her lower face and jawline, and if you want to keep up with her beauty/anti-aging journey, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Comment below with topics you want me to cover on Sculptra, and don't forget to watch these next to learn all about the magic of Sculptra.